Hello and welcome. It's been a crazy week in the world of GLP-1s with Kelly Clarkson talking about weight loss, new drugs in the pipeline from Roche, and South Park, of all things, irreverently taking on GLP-1s. Welcome to our channel, The Downsized. Today is
Sunday, May 19th.
And this is our 9th episode, I think.
Sounds about right.
My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And we are The Downsized. This is the channel where we share our GLP-1 weight loss adventure, tips and tricks, and the latest GLP-1 Mounjaro, Zepbound, Wegovy, Ozempic, tirzepatide, and semaglutide news. So please take a moment to do what?
Like and subscribe.
And why should they do that?
Because then they'll be notified when we make more videos. We are not doctors. Please always consult a qualified healthcare professional before starting any weight loss medication or treatment.
As always, we like to do our weekly weigh-in. That's what we call this.
Update.
Our weekend updates, like Saturday Night Live. It's our weekly weigh-in. Give you progress updates and our total weight loss to date and just what's going on in our lives. Laraine, why don't you start us out?
All right. Well, this is our 31st week of our weight loss journey. And this week I lost 1.2 pounds, honestly, without really even working very hard at it. That's just the beauty of this medicine. It just works, and after a while, you don't even really notice. I'm down 47 pounds in total since September 29th of 2023. My current weight is 146. My goal is 145. It was 150. Then I decided, no, I really want to be 145. So I have 1 pound to get to my goal. My current dosage, this week I dropped down to 10 milligrams. I did 12.5 milligrams for 7 weeks. Instead of going up to 15, I didn't think I needed to. I dropped down to 10. And one of the biggest reasons was I hated having to take 2 shots with the 12.5. Now, since I'm on the compounded tirzepatide, hand me one of those syringes, Christopher, or show them the syringe. But this is a syringe that I use when I draw out my medication out of the vial. It only goes to 100 units, which for this titration is 10 milligrams. To do 12, you have to draw 10 and then get a second needle and draw out 25 or 2.5. 10 plus 2.5 is 12.5. I was doing the 2 shots, and that was no bueno. I tried to figure out how to work it. I only had to take 1, and basically it's because the way Hallandale Pharmacy, which is my compounding pharmacy, that's the way they mix it up in the vial. I know other pharmacies, like maybe Red Rock's pharmacy, does it a little differently. I reached out to Mochi and asked them if I could switch to Red Rock's, and they told me I couldn't. So I don't know. I was just doing the 2 shots. I finally just got over it and just did the 2 shots for a while. I'm not too upset to drop down to 10 this week now that I'm 1 pound from my goal. My plan is to stay on the 10 milligram for 4 weeks. Then I want to drop to 7.5 for 4 weeks, and then drop to 5 for 4 weeks. And then try to do 5 maybe every other week, maybe space a shot out 14 days apart. All this is a big test. I don't know if this is going to work. There's no really guidelines right now.
You're just making stuff up here.
I'm making it up. I am a test of one subject. Sample of n equals 1. I'll do it. You guys can follow along and see how it works. If I get really hungry on one of these levels, I might just hold there for a while and see. So that's my story.
And just so you know, the 2-shot situation is particular to her and her prescription and her usage of Hallandale. I'm not sure whether it's Hallandale or whether it's the way that Mochi is writing the prescription. Hard to say.
It's hard to say, but if you have...
so you may not experience the same thing.
Your mileage may vary. But let me know if anybody out there is currently taking 2 shots, because I really didn't like that. But anyway, I'm dropping back down now. Let me know how you worked around it, if you did work around it.
So do you want to give us...
All right. If you'd like to start your weight loss journey, I use Mochi Health. You can save $40 on your first order with my discount code, which is QIYGO8. G08. The link's in the description, and so is the discount code, so copy and paste would be my advice on that. How'd you do this week, Chris?
This week I was flat, which I was happy with because we had so much going on.
We did.
My starting weight was 285.4. This week, as I said, I stayed exactly even. Probably if I had weighed myself throughout the week, I was up and down, but we were busy, so I didn't. My current weight is 218, which is exactly what it was last week, which puts me down 67.4 since 9/29, as Laraine mentioned. That's when we started. My current dosage, I just moved to 12.5 yesterday, so 12.5 milligrams, and this obviously the first week of that. I had been on 10 for 2 months, basically 8 weeks, and I don't know, I didn't feel like it was really doing what I wanted it to do. We'll try that. I am on compounded as well as Laraine now after switching from Mounjaro to Zepbound and now compounded because of the shortages. I did take the 2 shots just like Laraine did. Honestly, it didn't bother me at all. It was fine. I'll tell you what was interesting was this time they sent just slightly smaller gauge needles, and I couldn't feel it at all. It was like a 13 to a 13.3 or something needle.
No, it was like 30 to 31. Or,
I don't know.
It was just a slightly needles. But I was like, smaller. Oh, this package is different. This gauge is different. What does this mean? He goes, oh, it's a smaller needle. Let me try it. And I was like, okay. I did not try it.
I feel like I didn't sound like that. Thanks. I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, that's what we did.
What were we up to this week? We were talking about how busy we were.
Yeah, we got to 1,000 subscribers.
Yay,
so, yay,
thank you.
If you haven't subscribed yet, please click that subscribe button. And we held a business conference that Christopher and I actually produced and put on for our business, Velocity Institute. Do you want to tell them about that?
Sure. We had about 200 people. This was our 8th year. And because we're in the private brand industry, so if you shopped at Walmart and bought Great Value, or if you shopped at Target and bought Good & Gather, or Publix and it says Publix, the industry that revolves around that is essentially what we do. The retailers were there, so Target spoke, CVS, Albertsons, retailers from all across the country and Canada, as well as the manufacturers who make the products, the agencies who design the products,
software providers,
companies, the whole 9 yards.
Track the products.
We spend basically 2.5 days talking about private brands in the business. Great crowd, great conversation.
I always say Christopher is famous to about 1,000 people.
I don't know, something like that.
To a couple. He's like a rock star in the private brand world. Our girls, they're teenagers. They helped us this week. We put them to work, and I told them, I said, people may come up and ask for your father's autograph. Please don't laugh. I have seen that happen in the past. It did not happen this week.
Actually, it did happen this week.
Nuh-uh. Who asked for your autograph?
I Sharpied somebody's
Stop
book.
it. You're kidding. Yeah. Who was it? Somebody who just met you for
one of
the
the
first
ladies.
time?
One of the ladies from one of the retailers. Yeah.
All right. It's crazy.
There's all these micro niche influencers. It is what it is.
But he's been doing he's been in the private brand business for 15 years.
Yeah,
so
started writing a blog 15 years ago.
Hated his job. Hated his job, started writing his blog. I said, this is a dumb idea. Nobody's going to read this. And now 15 years later, it pays our mortgage and it's going to put our kids through school. So.
Yeah, it's our business.
God
so
bless.
As part of that, what did I do related to this?
So Christopher gives a presentation. One of the presentations he does himself always. He does the keynote speech, and this time his talk was on GLP-1 medications and how it's going to change the food industry, basically. We're going to put that video of you giving that speech online. Now, this is a room of 200 people. Some of them know what GLP-1s are. Some of them are taking it. Some of them haven't heard it.
Yeah,
so
this is not necessarily a friendly crowd for
and you've got people from the UK there. You've got people from all across America. So when he starts in with, I'm taking GLP-1 medication, and that's how I've lost 67 pounds, and he shows his before picture, there's silence. There's silence in the room. Everyone is like, mouth open. So as he goes along, he tells the story, and he goes, anybody else in the room taking a GLP-1 medication? Well, of course, I raise my hand. Here goes a hand up over here, and here goes a hand up over there. And so about 4 or 5 people. And at the end, you took some questions, and one of our attendees stood up and said, my doctor told me I had to go on this. I didn't have a choice. And he was a large man. So he's probably got
Good bit of weight to
over
lose.
100 pounds to lose. And he appreciated the openness and the discussion. One of the other ladies who came in from Atlanta, she said, I can't find Zepbound anywhere in Atlanta. And I told her, well, try some local pharmacies. And so she was actually calling some pharmacies in Charlotte while she was here for the conference, and she found her dose at the Walgreens. So she was very happy about that. I think people just want to talk about it. People that know about it want to talk about it. People that want to lose weight want to know more about it. People who are thin and have never had a weight issue think it's weird. They don't.
I just don't think they think about it.
They don't
They
get
don't
it.
even think about
They've
it.
never had to think about it. So to them, this is like something new and different, and they're just like, huh?
Honestly, I didn't have any bad responses to my face. Were they whispering behind my back? I don't know, maybe.
Could be.
But they were all very open, and a lot of them were complimentary of the honesty. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Probably next week, honestly, while we're traveling in Amsterdam, I'll publish that. And take a look and let me know what you think, because this is a presentation at a business conference for people who run part of the food industry, about 30% of the food industry in the U.S.
So your whole point to them was what, as part of the food industry? What should they do?
They should be supporting GLP-1 users.
And they should make products that support our weight loss journey. I'm getting tired of saying weight loss journey.
I don't like journey.
We need a better word.
I picked adventure. I already decided it was adventure.
Our weight loss adventure. So more protein-rich snacks, solutions
Fiber,
for constipation, just maybe some kind of ginger chew for nausea. I don't know. There's a whole host of things that I feel like a drugstore chain could do, or even a grocery store could do.
Down to reformulating just everyday food, so it's not so sugar and rich, not so salty, not so all those. I think this changes everything eventually.
People are going to snack less. You're going to see snack foods, I think, decline once the people who are mostly eating them, which are mostly overweight people.
Well, I don't think snack foods necessarily have to decline, but the existing ones will. It's possible that if they understand how people with the disease of obesity are, because we'll still snack, we'll still eat things, but we need to get protein, we need to get fiber, so there's other opportunities to create new products that don't even exist today, that aren't Twinkies, Ho-Hos, and Doritos.
Yeah.
Right?
Although I do love those.
You do love Twinkies, Ho-Hos, and Doritos?
Yeah, that's always been my weakness, is carb, sugar-filled.
On to the current news.
Current news. People love the news, Christopher.
People love the news. We continue to get lots of comments that people love the news, so I'm excited by that because I like the news. So first story today, Dandelion Health launches a revolutionary new GLP-1 data library to help propel insights on health. So the health tech startup Dandelion Health has unveiled its pioneering GLP-1 data library. As GLP-1 drugs have gained momentum, the industry scrambles to understand their diverse effects and potential secondary indications, such as treating cardiovascular diseases and liver disorders. Recognizing the critical need for vast data and advanced AI, Dandelion Health has partnered with leading health systems to compile insights from over 10 million patients. Their collaborative effort aims to empower research, drive precision medicine, and explore novel applications for GLP-1 drugs. Now, they're not saying I have Christopher's data. They're not saying I have Laraine's data, so they can't actually see it. It's all blind data that's just being used to look at the bigger numbers.
So who are these 10 million patients?
There are 10 million patients in the world.
And they're opting in to giving them their data?
Yes. The GLP-1 data library represents a pivotal leap forward in healthcare innovation with a focus on harnessing the power of real-world data. Dandelion Health's platform offers a comprehensive repository of structured and unstructured data from diverse patient populations. So you can sort it by age, by race, by whatever, male, female, and begin to look at what's happening and maybe see bigger trends.
Go on.
This includes detailed clinical information from over 200,000 individuals currently undergoing GLP-1 treatment, providing valuable insights into the efficacy and potential side effects of the drugs. Founded with a mission to advance clinical AI, Dandelion Health is committed to addressing the inherent biases and limitations presented in many healthcare data sets by collaborating with health systems renowned for their geographic, medical, and demographic diversity. The company ensures that its data library reflects the true diversity of the patient population. One of their key initiatives includes using AI algorithms to analyze electrocardiograms and predict heart conditions. By measuring the performance and bias of these algorithms across various demographic subgroups, the company aims to improve the accuracy of diagnostic tools and ensure that healthcare interventions are tailored to the needs of every patient. Companies wishing to explore questions related to the impact of GLP-1 drugs on body composition, cardiovascular disease risks, and other critical health outcomes can reach out to Dandelion. Moreover, research-driven healthcare organizations can leverage the data library to evaluate the effectiveness of weight loss interventions, compare treatment outcomes, and identify potential secondary benefits associated with GLP-1 drug use.
So it's basically an AI tool where I could type in a prompt that says, tell me, for a 55-year-old mother of 3, what are the side effects I might get on Mounjaro?
Yes.
And and you think this would be better than like the Surmount studies that, were done with placebo?
I don't think it's a better than. I think it's an and.
It's an and. Okay.
And I think for someone who has a medical degree or a research degree, they might ask smarter questions. Right? Because questions you and I don't even know.
Well, and that's the whole beauty of AI is that if it can look at all the data that's out there at one time, you ask a question and it filters it down to an
when
answer.
they look at it, essentially they're looking at between 18 million and 20 million individuals. So they might see, because those Surmount studies are 100 people, 1,000 people.
They're more than 100, but yeah.
But they're not 18 million people.
Are there 18 million people on GLP-1 medication?
No, but that's the number in their total base. So as the GLP-1 grows, they might see trends.
I get it. So these people are already opting in to share their data.
Correct.
And now they're probably going to be taking GLP-1 medications is the thought. I got it.
And as that grows, they get more people. So the challenge for doctors is they're one doctor at a time, so they only know their patients.
I see the value of it.
So I think it's a cool opportunity to really dive deep into some of this. A little more fluffy story, Laraine.
Why do I get the fluffy stuff?
Because you love Kelly Clarkson.
Because I do love Kelly Clarkson. If you guys watched any news outlet this week, Kelly Clarkson discussed her weight loss journey with Whoopi Goldberg. And she addressed some Ozempic rumors. Kelly Clarkson recently opened up about her recent weight loss, shedding light on the moment that prompted her to make changes in her lifestyle. During a candid interview with Whoopi Goldberg, the singer shared her experience with weight fluctuations and the process of recognizing the need for change. Apparently, she was watching a tape of herself singing, and she didn't realize that was her, and she freaked out, and she said, I have to do something. When you see that picture, you see that video, and you're like, Well,
that's the other side of the body dysmorphia, right?
Yeah.
The you in your head and the you on the screen.
They don't really match. So she was talking to Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg went on her show. Following the discussion on weight, Goldberg disclosed her own experience with weight loss, mentioning a medication she had used without revealing its name. Clarkson reciprocated by acknowledging that she too had been on a medication but refrained from disclosing its name. However, she mentioned that her doctor had recommended it to her. So I went and watched this video between Whoopi Goldberg and Kelly Clarkson. And we don't think Kelly Clarkson is on Ozempic, but we think she's on something similar and she said helped her body remove sugar because her body had a problem with that. I think that's great. Kelly said, my doctor chased me for 2 years and I was like, no, I'm afraid of it. She said she already had thyroid problems and she was afraid. But her doctor convinced her this was a safe medication for her to take, so she took it. And after that interview, Kelly's gotten a lot of backlash from people who said, well, Kelly, you said you were just walking around New York City and that's how you lost weight. I don't think Kelly Clarkson or anybody taking this medication should be judged or shamed or viewed any kind of way. And it ties back to a discussion I saw on Facebook this week where people, I think the original post said, what do you say when people see you losing weight? Do you tell them? Do you not tell them? And basically my point of view is it's your personal and private information and you can do whatever you want. You can tell them nothing, or you can tell them the whole story. Personally, I'm telling them the whole story. That's why we're here.
We kind of have a channel for that.
Like I tell people at the gym, I have a prescription medication for weight loss. I also work out at the gym. I also have been going to Weight Watchers, and I go to Weight Watchers currently. I drink 100 ounces of water a day. I try to eat 100 grams of protein a day. So I've added this to things I was already doing, and it has made all the difference. I don't think I could have ever gotten to my goal weight without this medication. And I believe because I've been trying for the past 40 years. Everybody's going to have something to say. Everybody has an opinion. And I just wish people knew more about these medications, and that's why we're here.
Next story up is what will probably be a disturbing story if I had to guess. South Park takes on Ozempic craze in an upcoming special called The End of Obesity.
Do they kill Kenny?
Kenny always does, doesn't he? So Paramount Plus has announced the next installment in the South Park saga, and it's set to tackle the current Ozempic craze with a special titled South Park: The End of Obesity. The animated television series created by Trey Parker and Matt Stone is renowned for its irreverence, terrible, horrible, awful, very bad social commentary, and fearless approach to controversial topics. Set in the fictional Colorado town of South Park, as the name implies. The show follows the adventures of four boys: Stan Marsh, Kyle Broflowski, Eric Cartman, and Kenny McCormick.
They killed Kenny.
Yeah, they killed Kenny. Scheduled to premiere on May 24th, The End of Obesity promises to delve into the impact of new weight loss drugs in the community of South Park. The description hints at a storyline where Cartman is denied access to the life-changing medication, prompting the kids to take matters into their own hands. In a teaser for the special, Cartman is seen grappling with weight issues as a doctor recommends semaglutide, and indicating the show's satirical take on the pharmaceutical industry's influence on health and wellness. Now, let's be clear. It's going to be funny as hell, and it's going to be inappropriate and terrible. And
I didn't even know it was
if you don't subscribe to the South Park humor, you don't want to start here.
Don't start with this one.
Do not start here. I think really the takeaway from this is that these drugs, Ozempic, Mounjaro, Zepbound, GLP-1s, are becoming part of our culture, the zeitgeist, right?
Yeah.
It is in the conversation. You go from Kelly Clarkson and Whoopi Goldberg to South Park, you couldn't get further apart. Honestly, it can only help what we're doing. More power to them. I'm not going to watch it, I'll tell you right now.
We don't have Paramount Plus.
No, we do not have Paramount Plus. I might have to get it because the new season of Star Trek's on. Next up, Roche unveils promising results from experimental weight loss drugs. Once again, Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk better watch out because there's somebody coming for their market share. Okay. Roche this time. The Swiss pharmaceutical giant revealed encouraging outcomes from an early-stage trial of its experimental weight loss drug, marking a significant stride in its effort to carve out a niche in the burgeoning market for the obesity treatments. They want a piece of Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk's business.
Sure.
The company, which entered the race for obesity drugs by acquiring Carmot Therapeutics for nearly $3 billion in December, disclosed that its weekly weight loss injection CT388 demonstrated substantial efficacy in the trial. Although CT388 is still years away from commercial availability, Roche's latest findings suggested a promising future for the treatment. According to Roche, patients with obesity who received CT388 experienced a remarkable weight reduction of 18.8% compared to those who received a placebo following a 24-week Phase 1 trial. Notably, all patients administered the drug achieved a weight loss exceeding 5%, with 70% achieving a reduction of over 15% and 45% shedding more than 20% of their initial weight. CT388 functions by replicating the effects of two gut hormones, GLP-1 and GIP, to suppress appetite, akin to Eli Lilly's popular weight loss drug Zepbound and diabetes injection Mounjaro. Roche envisions CT388 as a dual-purpose treatment for both obesity and diabetes, so they are coming direct for Zepbound.
Yeah, they paid billions of dollars to buy a company that was developing this drug.
Just to get in.
Just to get in on it. And it's years away. It's years away.
Yeah. Importantly, Roche emphasized that no new or unexpected side effects were observed in patients taking the drug. Mild to moderate gastrointestinal side effects were the most common, aligning with those typically associated with similar drugs operating on the same mechanism. In addition to the weight-reducing properties, CT388 showcased the ability to normalize blood sugar levels in a subset of patients with prediabetes, underscoring its potential as a multifaceted therapeutic option. Roche revealed plans to conduct further testing of CT388 in an extended cohort of patients with obesity and diabetes over 12 weeks. Data from this cohort is anticipated in the later half of the year, offering additional insights into the drug's safety and efficacy. Needless to say, this will work. It's basically Zepbound.
It sounds like it.
They have to test it. It'll have a different name, but it'll give all of us more options. Sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned.
A new study reveals long-term benefits of obesity drug Wegovy on weight loss and heart health. Recent research has unveiled promising findings regarding the long-term efficacy of Wegovy in helping individuals sustain weight loss for up to 4 years. According to the study, patients who were prescribed Wegovy maintained an average weight loss of 10% of their body weight over 4 years. Additionally, the drug demonstrated notable benefits for heart health irrespective of the patient's initial weight. The study was conducted on a large scale and tracked the progress of over 17,000 patients hailing from 40 different countries. Results indicated that Wegovy not only facilitated sustained weight loss, but also significantly reduced the risk of cardiovascular events, such as heart attacks and strokes, by 20% among individuals with obesity who also had pre-existing heart conditions. Of particular interest was the discovery that the cardiovascular benefits of Wegovy were consistent across patients, regardless of their baseline weight and the extent of their weight loss achieved while on the drug. This suggests that Wegovy may exert positive effects on heart health through mechanisms beyond mere weight reduction. That's a good thing. The overall findings underscore the significant and enduring impact of Wegovy on both weight management and cardiovascular well-being. These insights hold the potential to pave the way for enhanced insurance coverage for Wegovy, despite its associated costs, by highlighting its efficacy in addressing critical heart health concerns related to obesity and heart disease. So another way people might be able to get Wegovy is to prevent heart disease. So I don't know I don't have heart disease. I don't know what that looks like. But if it's basically a treatment or a cure for heart disease, that could be another way it gets prescribed.
And long term, the more things it's cleared for, the easier it will be for people to get.
For everyone to have access.
So that's the news for today. Thank you for being a part of our Downsized family as we explore the world of GLP-1s together. Please, as we've said before, please like and subscribe. It really does help, and it'll make sure you're notified every time we publish a story. You'll see a lot more coming out. We're going to Amsterdam next week. We've got my presentation from the conference coming up. And then we will kick back into gear with 2 or 3 stories a week after we return from Amsterdam.
Sounds like we're going to be busy.
We will be busy. I like that.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And I'm Christopher Durham. Until next time, take care.
Take care. Thanks for watching.